Good morning from day 70. We are back out on trail. It is very muddy, very wet, which makes sense because it rained so much yesterday. I'm honestly so glad that we switched up our plans and took that 0 because that was probably one of the rainiest days we've had on trail. So it was nice to not be out in the cold and the rain. And yeah, we're gonna see how far we can get today and then go into Bennington tomorrow to get a resupply box and then keep on hiking. Yeah, we have got a pretty chill average that we need to do so that we can get to PA by a certain time and go get off trail and take some engagement pictures, which is really exciting. We're gonna take them in West Virginia near where my family has a mountain house, and it's gonna be peak fall. So I'm really excited. Y'all may not know, but I'm pretty much planning a wedding, or how Trevor and I want to do things essentially, which is going to be an elopement and a celebration with family and friends after we elope, like a few months after we elope. But yeah, I'm planning all of that while trying to do this thru hike, which has been uniquely hard and stressful and difficult. I'm having to like book vendors, mostly photographers and stuff, without really getting to talk to them due to not having like service. So I appreciate those people being so flexible and understanding of our situation and what we're doing. But yeah, like it's already kind of stressful and hard to do that kind of planning, and compounded with hiking is just even more difficult, but it's coming together and I'm very proud of myself for making it all happen. But yeah, so we're excited to keep chugging along, and yeah, we've got some exciting stuff coming up in October. Vermont was so good to us, and then it rained all day yesterday, and now it is showing us its Vermont side of things, but that's okay.
After all the rain yesterday, the streams are a lot higher, but we got bridges, thankfully.
Well, we stopped at Kid Gore Shelter to have an afternoon snack before doing another 4-ish miles to the shelter we were going to stay at, and it's just been pouring off and on, and now I have no motivation to leave the shelter, so we're kind of replanning things and thinking about staying here for the night, which was not at all in our plan. The next shelter wasn't even our plan. We were planning to do much more than we have, but with the wet, muddy conditions, I've been going a lot slower than I anticipated. I mean, I feel like I'm back in like Maine or New Hampshire with my pace. I can't hit like 2 miles an hour to save my life. And yeah, this trail can just be so unruly sometimes. I thought we zeroed yesterday for the rain, and today was supposed to be nice, and now it's just raining.
This is our little setup for the night.
Good morning from day 71. We woke up to that beautiful sunrise this morning. We could see it laying in our sleeping bags, just looking out from the shelter. It was a beautiful way to wake up. We are hiking this morning, and the trail seems a little bit more dried out and we're not getting radon, so that's a plus. We are doing about 14 miles into Bennington to get our box, and then we will see about what time it is. We will either stay at the hotel because it's too late to get back on trail and like find a camp spot, or if we have enough time, we'll get back to trail and we'll find a camp spot. So we'll see what comes of it. The day that we go in to get food and resupply is the best day because the packs are so small and light, and it just makes me realize that most of the weight I'm carrying is food. I mean, obviously the bulk of my pack is gear, but it feels fine when I don't add a bunch of heavy food. So yeah, I'm trying to learn to pack just what I need and to try and look at the weight of the food and not go too heavy. And as you can tell, it is pretty chilly out here because my nose is red. We made it to our hotel room and we just door dashed McDonald's, and then we will shower. And we received our box and have already loaded up our food bags. Yum, we just got so much food, but for a good price. Going to town and getting food there was going to be more expensive, so we went with McDonald's because we're trying to be cheap.
Good morning from day 72. It's a little bit before 11 o'clock. We're back on trail. Getting a little bit of a later start than we anticipated. It's always hard to get out of a hotel early. We uploaded a new video and just kind of took our time getting packed up, but not a big deal. We're about 14 miles from Massachusetts, and we're hoping to still get there today, even with the later start, and may even night hike a little bit after to get to a good campsite. So yeah, the weather is beautiful. We're really enjoying that. It is supposed to rain in a couple days. So hopefully we make up a lot of ground while the weather is good. And also, this climb out of Bennington is definitely the steepest climb we've had in a while. Probably the steepest climb in Vermont. It's really short, but it's just pretty straight up, a lot of rock steps. And it's always harder after resupplying, but our packs aren't too heavy. We're only carrying about 3 days of food, so it's not bad. Just had lunch here at Congdon Shelter, one of the older shelters. I think it said it was built in 1967. And still not exactly sure where we're gonna end up tonight, but I think we're about 10 miles, maybe a little less, from Massachusetts. We're hoping to get there before dark.
Muddy. It's not completely dark yet, but we hiked pretty late and we are setting up camp at an old shelter we built elsewhere, and so now there's just basically a lot of campsites left, and we will cross into Mass first thing in the morning. Good morning from day 73. It's chilly out, so we're in our matching sandbobs. They're actually a little bit different. Trevor has some gray, but yeah, everyone thinks we're like completely matching, which we kind of are, but we are about 3 miles from crossing into Mass. Woohoo! So exciting. And then we're gonna go over Mount Greylock and yeah, hopefully make it like a 16-mile day.
And we're hitting 600 miles today too.
Woohoo! What an exciting day. Awesome. Peace out, Vermont. We're going to Mass. Whoop whoop. Our 4th state.
Trail's gotten really rocky since entering Massachusetts. We just came down that. This is where we're headed. It's a little preview of Pennsylvania, kinda. Left the diner, we're back on trail, doing the road walk through North Adams. There's a bunch of handprints on the wall.
There are 3 coolers full of all different kinds of trail magic, which is so nice. It's late in the season, but they still got it at the Appalachian Trail Message Center in North Adams. Trevor just spotted this massive chicken of the woods. hand for size. Like, this thing is huge. So cool. This climb up Mount Greylock is kicking my butt mentally because it's like almost 6 miles from the road down where you first get into Massachusetts. And I mean, there's some downhill parts, but a 6 mile-ish climb just feels really long. And I'm more of a, like, let me go straight up in like a mile or two versus taking 6 miles to just like gradually get up to something. So yeah, needless to say, I'm just excited to get there, and I don't know how excited I even am to see it because it just looks like it's like a monument on top of a mountain. I might even be more excited for the really old lodge that was built in the 1930s that's up there. But I mean, it's the highest point in Mass, and I'm sure it'll have pretty views, so just ready to get up there.
This is the view from Prospect Ledge, just overlooking the town of Williamstown. And we're about 3 miles from the summit of Greylock. Made it to the summit.
Way to the tippy top of the memorial, and it had like an observation kind of circular thing with windows, but they were dirty, so we didn't really take footage, but it was cool. We made it to the shelter, and we are going to set up right here and make some food and call it a night. What's the name of the shelter?
Mark Nopal.
Mark Nopal, like a few miles past the summit of Mount Greylock. Well, that's it for today. Good night, y'all.